Welcome to the Nate and Dorin podcast. We are professional videographers based in Vancouver, Canada, and we are here to talk about relevant topics within the video and media industry. I'm Nate, and I run Nate Dixon Media.
And I'm Dorin, the videographer, solo entrepreneur offering video production services. And today we're going to have a chat with our guest, Pei Chu, videographer at YVR Capture Productions. Pei, thank you for making it on the podcast tonight.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So, can you please introduce yourself? Let us know kind of your professional background, how you got into video, and how you know Nate.
Okay. Well, I'll start with the Nate part. We actually met we at a company called Grads BC, and pretty much what did we do, Nate? We took photos of students, like yearbook photos, and
yeah, I think the bulk of it was we were doing lots of stuff for the grads, right? Yeah, like grad fashion photo shoots, capturing video ceremonies, and doing like little highlight reels and stuff. So kind of a mix of photo and video, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good. It's good times.
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think we both kind of connected over the fact that we're both dads.
Mm-hmm.
You know, young quote unquote dads for these times.
Oh, you just have to bring that up. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not young compared to you.
I don't know. You look pretty young, Pei. I've never actually asked you your age, I don't think, but you don't have to reveal that now. But what I do want to know is where did you get that company name, YVR Capture Productions?
So let's see. It goes back to when I was just a photographer. I wanted to have like a handle name. So I called myself YVR Portraits, and that's the Instagram handle. And from there, I didn't do any video for a good. So this was probably, going back to the question how I started videography. I actually wasn't a videographer, and I didn't want to be a videographer because I thought, like, photos, it's fun. Video, and it's boring. It looks complicated. Don't want nothing to do with it. So, anyways, I was doing like portraits, typical. Find a model, shoot some off-camera flash things, and and then one day, I guess like I started shooting weddings, and a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, you want to come out and just shoot video?" I'm like, "I don't know how to shoot video. I'll just press record and that's all I need." So shot the wedding, and I'm like, okay, I think I have all the gear to shoot a wedding, as naive as you guys were, probably the same boat. I'm not sure. Yeah, so starting getting into it
to know how we started.
Right. Yeah, but it became an addiction. Like, oh, I need a monopod. Okay. Oh, these are nice. Oh, they're $300. Okay, I just need a monopod. I'm good to go. Wait, I need a better camera. Okay, just this camera. That's all I need, and I'm good to go. I need a prime. What's a prime? And then go. It just never ends. So, so yeah. Anyways, so that's how I got started. And sorry, going back to how I got my. Sorry, there's so many different. Going on tangent here. Yeah. So with the YVR Capture Productions, I needed a business name. I needed to register a business in order to finance one of the equipment. That's kind of funny. So I went out. I thought, what would be? I don't want to be like YVR Portrait, and I was just using my name like Pei Chu Photography, Pei Chu Videography. But no one, it's like everyone else. It doesn't have a ring to it, and I don't know. So I thought, okay, I'll just take YVR and something productions. I had like 3 options, and I don't know what I said the other 2, but like YVR Studio Productions or something, or film production.
What does YVR stand for? Is it what I think it is?
Yes, yeah. So I'm limiting myself. So for those of you that probably not from Vancouver, like it's like the Vancouver airport. It's called YVR, and that's kind of like this designation of this area. So I kind of limit myself to here. Like if you're living anywhere else in the world, sorry, I won't do any business. So.
Yep. All Canadian airports start with a Y.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you know it's Canadian. There's like YYZ even. That's a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? Where is that? Is that Abbotsford?
No, I think it's somewhere else in Canada. I forget where though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you didn't have an actual like project with YVR?
No.
Ooh. It would be cool if you did present yourself to them like, hey, it's just me, your guys' videographer. What's on schedule for next week?
Right. Just go in there and just like
Yeah.
make a nice little, what's it called, a name tag, and start walking in and
just
start
act like
shooting.
you belong. Start shooting at the airport. No, Pay. I don't think that's the answer.
No, I think I'll get in trouble with that one. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's how I pretty much got into videography, and yeah, still a journey.
Mm-hmm. I like your setup. Let me ask you, what are you like recording yourself with right now? Like, it also looks like you have like a hair light, like a backlight.
Yeah. So lighting wise, I have two Godox SL60s. They're just white. What's it called? They color balance,
Mm-hmm.
and they Canadian dollars. They go around for like 170, I want to say.
Yeah,
So they're
sounds
not the
about right.
brightest. Yeah, they're not the brightest. Right now they're running at 10%, and which is the lowest it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But I have my camera lens at 2.0, so it's like pretty decent exposure.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Octabox double diffused as my key, and how big is it? Like 36-inch,
Oh wow.
and it's about 2 feet away from me.
Nice.
I wish I can have it closer, and that one is just a aperture. I forgot what they're called. Aperture mini domes. Yeah, they're around $200 as well, I believe. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
had it when it came out, and I have a honeycomb grid on it to kind of prevent the spill. And
What was your camera and lens?
Camera, I'm running the C70 as my main as this camera, and a Sigma 24 to 70 2.8 with a speed booster, so it becomes this 2.0 extra light.
And what
Yeah,
microphone?
totally overkill. Man, you're testing all the things I have. SM7B, I think that's what it's called. SM7B.
Nice.
It's like the microphone that Michael Jackson recorded Thriller with or something.
Yeah.
What a thrill.
That,
wow.
I don't, yeah, I think that. But yeah, and this
sweet setup, man.
nice boom arm with gaff tape in the end. So
best setup. That's what we like to see on the Nate and Dorin podcast. People investing in their setup. I've been slacking in mine. I used to have
nothing in this frame can be seen. That's But if I turn this thing over, you'll see all the mess, and I won't do that to you guys.
Yeah. I used to have 3-point LED lighting, but I'm trying to sell my apartment, and it's too much of a hassle to put them up and down and up and down for viewings and stuff. I mean, I'm just using a Zoom H1.
Oh, that's so
good
smart.
enough. Yeah.
Dude, Dorin, I'm pretty sure Michael Jackson used LED lights, so you're pretty much there.
Actually, I don't think so.
Too good. So Pay, with all that gear, what's the newest piece of equipment that you've got for your business?
The newest one that I've recently purchased. Oh, a solid state drive.
Ooh.
Handy.
And actually very, very handy because funny thing. So this solid state drive, do I have it with here? It's like a SanDisk. Like apparently it's very durable, waterproof, 1 terabyte. I think $200, I want to say. I buy too much stuff, but apparently, so the reason why I bought this is I'm editing for my church, and they have 7 angles, and and they were running ProRes, and the ProRes files are massive, And I thought, well, if they're multicam ProRes, can it run all at once because it's ProRes? And believe it or not, you put a LUT on it, it still plays smoothly. So yeah, so this is rated at I believe 1 gigabyte per second, and I was trying to use the the SSDs from just for like normal PC that you plug in, but you can use it for the Atomos Ninja. I was trying to use that one to edit out of, but it turns out those are only rated at 500. So if you want to do 7 angles, it doesn't work. Yeah.
Wow. 7 angles. That's
Not
that's
enough.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not enough. Ooh. So you do edit like every week, like a sermon capture, or?
So yeah, so I was just on contract with them. Now it's like every second week because I just can't do it every single week because you do that with all the revisions. It just eats up all your week, like pretty much 40 hours. So now I'm just down to twice a month, pretty much.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And this is for the church that you go to?
Yeah. So my wife actually works at a church. The church. She's a worship pastor / production assistant. So I just got looped into it. Hey, help us. I'm like, okay.
Like is it a paid position or is it like a volunteer
now?
thing?
No. It was I was volunteering for a little bit, like helping them film, and when they needed someone to edit, they actually said, "Hey, we'll pay you." I'm like, okay.
Nice. See that?
Yeah.
That's what we're all about here, man.
Gotta feed the kids.
I mean, you're doing work, right? So
yeah.
And if it gets to the point where it's like 40 hours a week, like okay.
yeah. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's something you do twice a month. But tell me what's your favorite type of service that you provide?
My favorite type, probably making like short film stuff. Like I don't have enough project going on to be able to do that. I have written some stupid scripts that I want to make in the future, but just haven't gotten around to it.
Director pay.
We'll see. We want to sell those scripts. No, but no, that's something I really want to do. But you know how it is, like when you're starting out, when you need the money, you can't really do none of those things.
Yeah, short films don't make much.
No,
until they explode.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, ideally, you would want to do more of that stuff, eh?
Yeah, ideally, that would be like if money was no issue. That's what I really want to focus on. But on the other side, from a business standpoint, I'm trying to build up the real estate commercial kind of shoots.
Oh,
so
wow.
Yeah, so that it's for me, I see it as like a residual type of business versus like weddings. You're chasing after one client, and once you do that wedding, it's either referrals from their friends, but there's what do you call it? The lifetime value of these customers, they're compared to a realtor who is in the business of turning 4 properties a month, 5 properties, 10 properties, or even. And if you're on their pocketbook of one of their videographers / photographers, you only need a couple and pretty good income from that point. So, but yeah, I'm trying to do that part and trying to scale it. So eventually it's, I don't have to be shooting anymore. And hopefully that's what's going to help me fund my gear passion. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. Very cool.
Thanks.
So how long have you been doing like full-time freelance?
Full-time, okay. I don't even know. Because it's kind of like sometimes how do you determine that? Like when I was working at Grads BC, I was still almost pulling in full-time hours doing my own stuff. but I was working somewhere else. So I don't know how to
Well, yeah, but that
qualify
was a
that. Yeah.
subcontract position, so that still qualifies as your own business, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. I guess when it, for me, maybe when I gave up. So long story short, I used to be a realtor. I used to sell houses,
Oh,
and when I,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. So when I stopped selling houses, I then went into video and photography because I was doing that kind of in tangents, like, hey,
mm-hmm.
I'm a realtor. Do you want to take photos with me? So it's a weird thing where, like, even if I was wanting to build like the, real estate more
mm-hmm.
media marketing for people, I'd be like, disclosure, I am a realtor myself. So that's a big no-no.
That's very
But yeah,
interesting. I was actually
yeah.
thinking of like, what can I combo videography with? And real estate was like on the back of my mind, like, ooh man, I could make like a sweet video and the photos and the drone shots and the everything
Yeah.
and sell the house and get that commission. But the more I looked into it, the more I realized like, no, realtor is like a full-time job.
Yeah. And what's really interesting is I found out the hard way. If you are the one taking the photos and video, they would think like, why are you doing that? I'm paying you. Like, for example, if it's a $1 million home, they're paying me and the buyer agent at least 40 grand in commission, right? So they're like, why are you not marketing my house? Why are you shooting my house? Like, so it just doesn't look good. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
What would you say is an important lesson that you learned in your first year when
My
you
first year.
like took the
Oh,
reins and did your own like business?
I was trying to build my portfolio like as much as I could that first year. I'm still now. And I found that um, I was doing free stuff for the wrong people. So I was just like, when people say, "Hey, can you do this for me?" I was quick to jump on it. So looking back now, if I was gonna ever do it again, or like, even now, is when I'm doing free stuff or giving people like a good quote unquote deal, it has to be beneficial for both parties. So let's say if they're like, it's like it sounds kind of bad, but like they're attractive couple for a wedding, or versus someone who's just, that looks like me, you don't want to shoot my wedding. You want to shoot weddings of like Nate and, Dorin. Yeah.
Oh, you
Like, you guys
stop.
can just saying. But yeah, so I think that was the biggest lesson. I wasted a lot of time, and I found the people who are not willing to pay are the ones that tends to not want to help you as well. Like, I don't know if you guys found that in your business, but
yeah,
it's a weird thing, and they want more too, which is so odd. Like, they'll, for example, they go, "Hey, can you send me all the raw footage?" I'm like, what? I did this for free. Yeah. So
oh yeah, I can definitely resonate with that one. It was starting out, no portfolio pieces, and because you're getting paid not the best, you don't want to give them the best look, but then at the end of the day, you don't have the best clip for your portfolio either, and it's just like a
right.
lose-lose everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm over that though.
Oh, good for you. I feel like I'm still stuck in that loop though, to be honest.
Well, we're here to help you out. You have 20 episodes to catch up on and see if anything we say makes sense.
Yeah, there's a few gems here and there. Oh, Pay, I got to tell you about this client I almost took late last year. This guy, he wanted to do a music video.
I remember this.
And he wanted to like Bollywood style, all in non-English. Okay. So that should have been a red flag for me because I don't understand like Punjabi or anything, but he expects me to edit it
with like subtitles and everything.
Well, just like making it into a story and knowing how to cut it.
Wow.
And he's like, oh, "Okay, I've got this tiny budget." I'm like, "Okay, I can barely make it work." And he wants to rent this like fancy car, like a Mustang or Camaro or something, and shoot it downtown. And he's talking to this model, And I keep like, dude, you're not going to be able to afford this thing. And he just wants to chat on the phone for like an hour at a time to like give me these updates. And I'm like, dude, I can't afford to do this. You need to give me like some sort of a deposit. He's like, oh, it's sorry, you know, I don't, let's meet up, but I might not have the full amount. I got to go to my bank and go to the ATM. Oh my gosh. It was just one issue after another. And the kicker that really just made me say no was, he's like, oh yeah, technically I actually don't have a license here in Canada. So could you rent the car for me? And then I'll just like sit in it and we'll just roll it down the road. You know, we won't drive fast. And I'm like, dude, no, yeah, I'm not going to rent a car for you under my insurance.
Yeah, no, totally.
Oh man.
ICBC wouldn't be happy about that.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
Nate's
it's just
mental state would have been destroyed if he took that one.
Yeah, I wasted hours chatting to that guy just for nothing to happen. And I think Dorin helped talk me out of that. I was like,
well, you wanted to pass it on to me. So I was
like, are you interested in this?
I was instantly poised. I'm like, okay, tell me about this. Tell me about this. He wants to, what? Yeah. And I'm like, Nate.
Oh yeah.
Nate, if something happens to that car and you rented it, you pay for it, not him. You can't. That's a huge liability. He has to do it. Like, oh yeah.
And you're like, how are you going to edit it without understanding the lyrics? Or
yeah, if he says in his language the word love, and you show a clip of the car and not the girl, you know.
Yep.
I'm like super paranoid about, like, I'm sick and tired of getting a short end of the stick and being what's the word? Like
shortchanged? Taken advantage
of, I think is the better way to say it. Yeah. So
yeah.
Actually, next episode, if Nate agrees to it, topic wise, we can discuss my contract, which I finalized today. Like revised, and yeah, lots of delicious spicy nuggets in there.
Yeah, you can tell us the reason why you have these things in your contract.
Everything that's in my contract is because it happened. There's a precedent.
There's a story.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. So.
Too funny.
Yeah. But anyway, coming back to this, that was
to our guest.
Yeah, that was a great. That was a huge bullet that you dodged, Nate. So.
Yes, I'm glad I didn't actually shoot that.
So Pei, anytime you're not sure about, like, if you sense a red flag with a client, you can, like, you know, ask Nate, like, hey, what do you think of this? How would you go about this? Because, you know, we're all like videographers, and like, sure, we're all doing the same stuff, the same business, but there's plenty of demand on the market to go around for everyone, right? So might as well just help each other out.
For sure.
And that's why we wanted to have you on the podcast. We want to talk with you. We want to get to know you. You get to know us, and who knows, maybe we'll do some work together one day.
Appreciate it. I hope that happens, man. I do hope that happens.
Yeah. I mean, Nate's helped me out with behind the scenes for a project, and which turned into a like, oops, I need a second camera guy doing stuff. So, you're here. Perfect. Let's go.
Free AC, perfect.
Yeah, Dorin just charges like double, and he doesn't tell me. Yes, meet my assistant.
This is the water boy.
Yeah. Oh, hey, here's that free lunch I promised you, Nate. Thanks for coming by.
A month later, I'm like, oh yeah, and here's the parking I said I was going to cover.
Yeah, it was a fun shoot.
Yeah, it was good. So, coming back to Pei, I want to ask you, how has COVID impacted your business?
COVID, eh? It was interesting because, well, I don't know why I'm saying it's interesting. But originally, I was mostly doing, like, most of my income was coming in from real estate and also doing portrait work for photography. And right in the beginning, I don't know if you guys remember, the real estate kind of just almost crashed. Like, people were saying, like, oh, we don't know what's going to happen. So, like, I was kind of going in panic mode. Like, I need to make money. And, you know, all the businesses, they say, you know, we're not going to take any photos or whatnot. So, so I was, but yeah, lockdown, right? But um, I started pivoting my business and landed on a pretty big client, and we were doing retainers, and it was like I was out of nowhere too. Like I thought I was going to do retainers, and we talked to this gentleman, and he does a lot of internet kind of sales stuff that he wants to kind of make videos and have it edit every single month. So that kept me afloat for a little bit. So that was just pure luck. And in the end, I thought, okay, I can't just keep on doing, not like, keep on doing real estate and photos. I'm going to die. And right when I decided not to do it, the whole market shifted, and that real estate was like shoot out, like everyone wants to buy a house, and there's no inventory anymore, and all the houses were selling like 1, 2, 3 days on the market.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it picked up again, and I'm like, okay, all right, thanks COVID, back to what I was doing. So it impacted me, yes, but I was lucky enough not to be out of business and drown in it. And I was working at Gratz BC like during that time with Nate, so that helped a lot as well.
So you didn't have any month, like maybe the first month of downtime?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I remember 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
It was mostly Gratz BC. Like we're working, taking photos of graduate students. I was like June, July when it happened. I forgot when the lockdown was.
March.
March.
15th.
Lockdown was in March.
Yeah.
Hey, I think we had some training sessions maybe in April.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
May, June, July.
Right. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah. And so I remember maybe that first 2 months was the tough part, the toughest. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had 5 months I sat out in 2020.
Yeah. Oh man.
Pretty brutal. Lost all my clients.
Wow.
Made some new ones though, but yeah, that's why it's so interesting. Everyone's had like different experiences. So did you get that retainer client, or you thought you did and it didn't end up happening?
So I did, and in the end,
how did you get that client?
It was just
they reached out to you, or do you do like marketing or something?
It was, so the product that he was selling, I actually purchased, and he has a Facebook group for all the students, and he mentioned that, hey, anybody know a videographer? So I reached out to him, and we connected that way, and so it was not like I was cold calling and hey, right. Hello there. Yeah, no,
that's cool.
That was pure luck for sure.
Yeah, right time,
right place
moment.
at the right time.
Yeah, exactly. But that would be something, actually, like I think for videographers to think about as retainers, even for real estate agents, because real estate agents pay a lot of money. Like if they sell one house and they pay for all these marketing costs, but if you were to maybe package something that's worthwhile for them, for example, if you charge like 3-4 grand and say, hey, you come to me, like let's say they sell 10 houses a month, like they're big guys, and they're paying 10 of these. Normally they'd be charged at least, let's see, on a townhouse, probably looking at like $600-700 per house. So they sell 10 of them. That's like $7,000. So you say, hey, if you want to retain, so there's like a guarantee. Like they can come to you. You can put a cap on it. It's all depending on your agreement. Maximum 15 houses and per month, and you don't use anyone else, or can. That's another way you can negotiate. And yeah, you have guarantee income every single month. That's going, it's going to come in if there's a bad month, because real estate is up and downs as well. So like during summer, everyone wants to move, but like Christmas time, it's practically dead. Like December comes around, nobody wants to move, nobody wants to buy. So that time, if you have still $6,000 coming into your business guaranteed, like like it's good.
How did you income. Even nail a real estate client like that? Because when, like in my experience, when I tried to do it, it was like almost impossible, because all the real estate people that I reached out to wanted a complete package. So they expected
Right.
me to do video, photo,
Mhm.
floor
Yeah.
plans,
Floor plan. Now it's like
um,
Matterport as well, like the 3D
yeah,
dollhouse.
virtual
Yeah.
tours,
Hmm.
and then something else. I forget why, but I was just like, I do video, and they're like, well, this guy does all in one,
Yeah.
and he
It is
charges
very,
only 150 for the video,
yeah.
but but he also charges 150 for the photo and 150 for this and 150 for
Hmm.
that. So he's still there for just 3 hours, but he does
Right.
four things and he makes the $800. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing a video for you for 150.
No,
That's not gonna
exactly.
happen. So
And I think
Mm.
well, that's like a mistake that we like, even not just videographers for any business, is we try to if we if we only compete on price, we're all gonna die.
mhm.
Like there's always someone willing to do it for cheap. So the niche that I found, which is kind of stupid, because okay, listen, I'm using a $10,000 camera to do a video. Okay, it's overkill. That's ridiculous, but my clients love it because when the nature of um, being a realtor is to give, if they want to show their clients that their commission is it's they're getting paid they're getting what they're paying for. So if they're bringing in a guy with like a little camera, they'd be like, oh, okay, he's just a normal realtor. But for me to come in, he always asks me, hey, that's a very nice camera. What is it? And I always, it's kind of like a script now, but kind of play on with them as, oh, it's a cinema camera. It's actually approved by Netflix. So we can actually shoot this and Netflix will approve and put it on their, their Netflix specials. So, so yeah,
This
but
is
I mean,
the C70.
C70, yeah. So it is gorgeous. Like, not gonna lie, is like the dynamic range on it. Now, when I should go back to shooting my little DSLR, I just laugh like, oh, 10 stop of dynamic range. You're cute. So yeah. So, but that actually was a big factor for me. So if you can find a way to make your make your client, which is the realtor, look good in front of their client, then absolutely, like, they will want to hire you. And you were mentioning like you're having difficulties in the beginning, like because like they want the whole package 100%. They want like brochures, they want like feature sheets.
That was the other thing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah. So
the information sheet. Yeah.
Yeah. So that in itself is such a, for me, I don't like doing it and I don't offer it. And I have lost clients because of that, but like not enough, because they have the realtors I work with, they actually have their own team that design their own stuff. So if they were to, the objection, overcoming that objection when people ask me about that is, I ask the question, like, hey, do you do feature sheets? And I ask, do you want to look like everyone else? And they're like, no. I'm like, good. Okay. This is what I would suggest you to do. If you were to get me to do it, right, it would just look like the realtor from Sutton West Coast, and it'll all be the same, and you won't stand out. And I understand that being a realtor, you want to do what stands out. So people, when people want to choose their realtor, they'll be like, hey, this is the guy. That's why. So that usually works, but they're salespeople, so they see through that as well. So but like, yeah, I think we as business owners, we have to learn how to overcome these objections that we know are going to happen and practice them. So coming from a sales background, like, I try to like think of things to overcome and turning that as a close. So in sales, it's like, objection is not a bad thing. Objection is like, oh, great, I can work through these crevices and then lead them back to a close, because without an objection, you cannot close. So
interesting.
Yeah, so maybe something to think about.
Yeah, dude. I think with your real estate background, that gives you a nice marketing angle, and thinking through that process, you can really harness that. And it sounds like you are doing that. So that's awesome.
yes and no. I should be doing more than I'm doing. So, but by the way, is my audio okay? Like, is it peaking at all when I'm talking?
Eh.
It sounded good. A few times I think it's like kind of done a little bit of glitchy, robotish stuff.
Okay, I'm not sure if that's my internet or is it. Sorry,
No
I'm getting a
worries.
lot of good glitches right now. Anyway, sorry about that, guys.
That's
No
okay.
worries.
No dropouts
Stop.
yet.
Stop watching Netflix at the same time, Pay.
With Netflix produced with C70s.
You're streaming at Netflix.
Which, by the way, I'm looking at now because I haven't actually heard about this camera. This is a pretty nifty little thing.
Yeah.
It is.
So let me tell you all about it.
60 and 4K 120. Do you have any limitations on at 120 frames?
So you do lose face tracking at 120, 4K 120.
Oh no! No, I'm
Yeah,
talking
right?
like,
So
is it like 5-second limit or something?
Nope, no, zeros.
Shoot, this
but
is a boss camera.
I like to shoot. I like to record externally, so I can record at ProRes, and the files are nicer to work with.
Yeah.
For 4K 120, you cannot do it directly into it, but there's a workaround. So what you do is you record a slow, fast motion, and you play it back, then record the playback, and then it'll record in actual 4K 120.
That's good that you record externally, because I've heard with that camera, just the default files are they chug a lot and they're hard to work with.
Yeah.
Oh, 400 megabits a second.
Yeah. Yeah, my iMac does not like those files. I had to create proxies for it, and even that proxy is weird. It still doesn't like it. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it's probably a combination of Canon not optimizing it, and then like Adobe or Final Cut or whoever not, like, it's such a niche camera. They're not going to like pour all their resources into optimizing for that.
Yeah.
So Pay, with or without the C70, what is your favorite project that you've ever produced?
My favorite project, it was probably, so before C70 I was shooting Blackmagic Pockets 4K. I actually love that camera more than the C70, believe it or not. And I filmed a kind of like a promo fitness video, and that was a lot of fun to produce. And with the Blackmagic, it really felt like a perfect match. Yeah, it was like a fitness video pretty much.
So
that's awesome.
What was your favorite aspect of that project? Like how easy it was to capture with this camera?
Yeah, it gives that filmic look. I don't know how to achieve with this camera. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I tried
you were
to
really impressed and happy with the image quality, and
exactly
that just made you like super confident.
Exactly. And when you shoot weddings with it, it just looks different from. It does not look like the digital camera. Like, you know how, the DSLR look, right? The Blackmagic, it just makes everything so filmic. It looks like it's shot on film, pretty much.
Cool.
Yeah, I've seen some of your video stuff, and I can definitely attest to that. I definitely agree. And like, we used a Blackmagic, the 6K at Grads BC sometimes,
right?
And I could totally tell the difference. I was like impressed with like the way that lights look, especially. Like, I forget all the terms, like the bloom and the fall off and stuff. It all just looked really nice and organic. Definitely.
It sounds like I gotta rent one to see this.
Oh man. But one thing I do not miss is how big the rig had to be for it to work properly, or make it workable, because it's shaped really weirdly. Like, it's like a elongated box. So if you want to put on a gimbal, the balance is kind of this way, so it gives you like weird little jitters as well, even if you put a counterweight on it. And I was actually shooting real estate with that originally, and it looked really cool. But and yeah, the micro jitters, and the battery life sucked.
Oh yes.
Yeah, like it uses those Canon LP6 batteries, and it only lasts around 20 minutes. Ooh. So if you're shooting a wedding, you have to keep it all in your pocket. So I shot with funny story. I shot a wedding doing that. I'm like, I got 12 Canon batteries. I should be good for the day. But I was looking for outlets by 6 o'clock. So yeah.
Yeah. So the best way is probably what to do a dummy battery to like an external battery that can mount on the base or something like that.
I'm
right?
already looking it up. Get a DTAP.
DTAP.
Dummy, yeah.
I actually ran the Sony LP batteries. Is that what they're called? Sony LPs?
Something.
NP batteries.
NPFs, yeah.
One of these runs about 2 hours on the Blackmagic.
Oh.
Yeah. So Tilta and Small Rig, they're like the rig company. They sell this plate that you can just slide on, DTAP, whatever, or you can do, what's it called? It's like 7.4 volt. I don't remember, but it's like not as a secure connection, and it's like $40 for that, and then you just put this in, rig it out. Don't have to buy the V mounts because V mounts are so much more expensive to like.
I went the V mount route.
Oh, you did? Okay, so you have it all already.
Yeah, I've got 2 V mounts for my 2 A7. I have Sony A7 IIIs, and the V mounts that I got power the Sony and the Atomos Ninja for 8 hours.
Oh, wow.
Like I have a bomb. Like I'm not allowed to fly on a plane with this battery. It's 195 kilowatts.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Like a $600 battery. But I'd rather have that and it's on the tripod than have like 2 pockets full of like 20-minute batteries.
100%.
That's just
100%.
me though.
But the clients actually do love it when you bring in a rig. And if you have a matte box, they love you. So,
like, it's the only thing I'm missing. What? We kind of briefly touched on this, but let me specifically, directly ask you: what is your greatest challenge that you're seeing in your business, and how do you plan to overcome it? Is it finding new repeat clients? Is it gear that's limiting you? Is it COVID? Like, what's your biggest challenge, and how do you plan on overcoming it?
Definitely myself. Like, I have very broken mindset, and believe it or not, I fake it till I make it kind of mentality. But like,
do you doubt yourself or what?
I'm not even doubting myself. I have I want to say I'm very lazy, and I tend to not follow up with like procrastinating. Yeah, I love to procrastinate, and I do not do well.
Sorry, you cut out a little bit. You don't follow up with
who? Sorry. I'm not really good at following up. Like, so for example, if someone reach out to me and say, "Hey, I want to do this," I don't have a really good, because I'm not good at admin kind of work, keeping track on what's that thing called, like
socializing and networking. Are you like extroverted type of person?
So naturally I'm introverted, but I've trained myself to be an extrovert over the years because of doing sales and all those things. So, but I do thrive being on my own, and that's why it's like, when I'm out and networking, I get burnt out really, really easily.
Wow.
So, so, but that I know I'm the only thing keeping my business from where it could be. So
that's 100% me right now. Yeah, I suck at networking and at like branching out and at like making connections, and it's just awkward to me.
Right.
Like, it's so much more better if clients just come to me and I'm like,
I know.
yeah, I'm your guy. Yeah, I can charge you a bunch of money and give you an awesome video that'll make you even more money. That's what I'm about.
Yeah, they say the built-in they will come, right? Isn't that true?
Oh, wow. So how do you have a solution? How do you plan to overcome this? Because I don't know.
So kind of going back to like my sales days, I think one of the biggest things is self-improvement, kind of working on yourself every single day. reading books, reading, meditating, and practicing the fundamentals. So like every business has two sides of it. Like every single business has two things going at the same time. So whatever your field or expertise is, and marketing. So in any business that you do, you have to know how to do marketing. So you gotta sharpen your marketing skills, and marketing skills entails like customer service, sales, closing, overcoming objections, and all those stupid stuff. And now it's like digital marketing. That's another big crazy thing that I can't wrap my mind around, and I keep procrastinating. Like I was telling Nate, I had my website domain name bought for 2 months now, no, 3 months, and I still haven't put it. It hasn't gone live, and I'm still running on the free version, and it just doesn't make sense. But I'm stupid like that. But yeah.
Well, when that does go live, make sure you have this free version forward to that new one.
Oh, you can do that.
Yeah, you can.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how much traffic you have there, but if our 2 viewers watch this episode, they're gonna see the Pay Joseph Chu wixsite.com/YVR capture. That's what's currently
so
on.
Bad.
That's what's on screen currently.
Yeah. So I normally don't refer people to that. I just refer them to my Instagram account, which is to me, I think it's a little bit more well put together.
Sorry.
But yeah.
Nate gave me this, so.
No, that's okay. No, it's good. It's a good reminder to actually put some time into it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we'll probably have you as a guest again later down the road, and we'll put the proper site then.
I'll be like, yeah, so it's not done yet.
actually, Nate, that is, we gotta do follow up. Like 1 year later, we should do follow up with every single guest. Be like, so, how's it going? It's been a year. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll think about that.
Yeah. You think about that.
Let me think about that, Dorin.
Yeah, think about it. Yeah.
And pay something. I've also struggled with motivation sometimes, and the thing that I keep coming back to, have you ever heard of what's called like why power?
Why power?
It makes you think like, why am I doing what I'm doing? You know, is it just to put money in the bank account, or like, are you supporting your family, you know, and try and think about why you're doing what you're doing. And sometimes that can kind of trigger you to like get through the tough admin tasks that you might be procrastinating or stuff. It's like, I'm not doing this to like make my website cleaner. I'm doing it so I can get more clients, so that I can, you know, build my business and eventually, you know, take my hands off of it if that's what your goal is.
100%.
So that can be a hard one, but hard one to remember, but that's helped me sometimes when I've struggled with that kind of stuff.
Right. That's awesome. Funny you said that. I read recently something to kind of build on top of that. Why is the 5 levels of why. So the premise is, if you ask yourself why the first time, it'll be very surface level. But then, so for example, it's like, hey, if you don't mind me playing along with like Nate, like,
sure,
why are you in videography?
I enjoy it.
Okay, why do you enjoy it?
Why do I enjoy it?
So that's the second why. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I enjoy it because it mixes creative and technical, 2 of my favorite things.
Okay. Why is that important to you? So that's the
because it's a place for me to express myself. That's the creative side, and I enjoy seeing how things work, kind of, and juggling a lot of small things that you need to do in video, like, you know, focus, adjusting the camera, the lighting, all that kind of stuff. So it kind of satisfies both of those parts of my brain.
Okay. Then do you know why that's important? Like, why satisfying that side of your brain is important to you? And that, by the way, that's the 4th why.
That's the 4th why. Yeah, that gets really deep.
Yeah. So normally when you get to the 4th, I won't keep asking. This might get really personal. But with this is like, there's what they say is the 3 is very surface. Sometimes 3 you can get to it, but the 4th and the 5, that is like your underlying why you should, like, why you're doing the things you're doing. And if you can find those 4 and 5, it would be like, it will drive you out of bed in the morning, and it will just, that's your mission in life. And for me, just kind of share, I want to be in control. That's why. That's my number one why.
Hey.
I'm a control freak. Yeah. So.
There you go. Dude, me and you have so much in common. We gotta hang out. Yeah.
Oh yeah? Okay. Hit me up.
This is like the most wholesome part of our whole podcast existence. That's actually really cool, the 5 whys. I did not know about that. I didn't even know about the why thing either. Wow. Cool. Like, my sleep went away now, and now I'm gonna be thinking about it the whole night. Thanks, guys.
Write it down though, but honestly, write it down, and because if you don't write it down, you forget. And one of the coolest thing about writing it down, even every single day, is it will become subconscious. And when something becomes subconscious, so I'm sorry going into all this self-help stuff, but I find it really interesting because it says, why does your thought leads to your results? It's because thoughts leads to action. So thought leads to feeling, and feeling leads to action. Action leads to results. So if you can change your reason why, how you're feeling, and then you do it every single day, reminding yourself, writing it down, and make it tangible, your results will change. So that exercise, I say that, I don't do it though. I'm not some guru. I'm just saying like all things I learned, and that I should be doing, but I don't. But that's why that's why I'm saying like I'm my own worst enemy. I have to work on myself, and I have stopped. And I think that is for a lot of people, I think they can be so much better than they think they can, or who they think they are, because of the limiting beliefs that the society tells us who we are. Anyways, yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
You've inspired me so much tonight. You have no idea. In fact, I just added a new question to like our question list, and we've had like already like a handful of guests. But one question that we should be asking is, what factor has contributed most to your success so far? And so, for example, this is, you've already answered it. Like you ask yourself the 5 whys. You get deep down to, why am I doing this? What is your main motivation for doing this? Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Love it.
And speaking of motivation, what is your motivation for, like, let's say 5 years from now, hypothetically? Where do you see yourself? Where do you see your business?
So, honestly, I feel like I've hit my midlife crisis already. Like COVID, prior to COVID, I remember I was 32. And all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, I'm turning 35 this year? What's going on?
There's the age for you, Nate.
Oh, let me write it down.
So, yeah, I'm turning 35 in October. So in 5 years, and 40. It's crazy because my backstory, when I was in my 20s, I want to retire by the time I was 30. So I was like working my way to like saving, investing, learning how to like invest in stocks, options, and all those, fun things. There were no Bitcoins back then. But like I did stupid things such as pulling all my money out. And so I have a lot of baggage of that, of not being able to retire by 30. So now 35 is coming along. I'm like, oh man, I'm getting old. So, and then I know I can't take that time back. I can't, just like say, the more I feel worse about it, the longer I'm procrastinating. Like I'm preventing myself to reach there. So, but I don't want it to be the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I realize money doesn't buy happiness, but also poverty doesn't buy happiness either. Yeah, I think money is like a tool that we can use to solve problems, but it doesn't solve everything, of course not. But
holy cow, dude! Just started your own podcast. You're a pot of gold. I've never heard that before.
Oh no,
poverty doesn't. What was it?
poverty doesn't buy happiness either.
Sheesh, that is genius, dude.
Yeah, it's not mine. I heard it somewhere.
It's so simple, but it hits home.
It resonated with me. Yeah, because a lot of people think like, oh, rich people. I'd rather be, rather be poor. But being poor sucks. Yeah, but I want to be rich and can I say like religious stuff on this podcast? Is it okay? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm a Christian. So I became a Christian when I was 24, and it changed my life where I wanted to do things for God. And I know that whenever I put God first, I find joy. So I was chasing money in my early 20s, and I met Jesus, and I was conflicted. It's because I was like, okay, if I have money, that means I'm a bad person, because it's kind of like that mentality. And that's why I think, no, I'm pretty sure that's why I got rid of my money by spending on stupid things and making myself like kind of like, oh, I'm worthy of Jesus now, which is stupid because that's not how, anyways. So yeah, in 5 years, I hope to be serving my purpose of what God wants me to be doing. And I know right now I am here to, how do you say? Like, sorry, English is my second language. Sometimes
Same.
How to like say things. And if I say the wrong things, I go, I'm sorry, I'm ESL. Like, he knows this. What's the word, right? So I have 2 kids, basically, right? So I have two boys who are 4 and a year and a half. And my purpose right now, I know for a fact, is I need to provide a home and a environment for them to grow so that they can serve the world. I don't know what their purpose is, but I know I have to do that for them. And like financially, it's actually pretty hard for me right now, actually, but
same.
Yeah. I should just sell my stupid camera gear, right? So
no.
I'll buy it cheap.
Cheap. We got friends rate. But yeah, I hope to be financial. Long answer, short answer. I want to be financially independent by the time I'm 40. And I don't think just shooting videos is going to, like, normal video. Like if I build a real estate, that's why I want to build something that is scalable, such as shooting real estate videos, photos, all that stuff. So once I scale it, I don't have to be there, and it can be bigger than myself. I can build a team, and be able to do what I want with who I want. So when I die, I don't feel like I have any regrets, because I know if I die today, I'll have so much regret. It's not even funny. So, but I know it's like, yeah, money is such a weird thing where like we need it, but I don't want to be, what's the word? Obsessed with it, because I was obsessed, and it took everything to because I still feel it today because of that. Anyway, yeah.
Bro, deep.
Or too deep.
Well, it sounds like you've got your why power already there. You know what your job to do is right now.
We'll see.
Just got to connect that domain and you're on your way.
That's the domain. Anybody out there, reach out to me if you would like to help me out with that.
Pei, what do you think you'd be doing right now if you weren't doing photo and video stuff?
Ooh.
I would not be in Vancouver. I would not be in Vancouver. I would not be in Vancouver. I would move all my loved ones to probably Hawaii and just like chill there.
I know
But
a Russian
like,
guy that did that. Yeah.
oh really?
Yeah.
To Florida?
I love
Now he's
Maui,
in
man.
Florida. I don't know why, but
No.
Oh, it might have gotten boring, but I just want to be able to just like live and just like contemplate about life, enjoying, having good times with the loved ones and travel the world and actually make videos that I like, that's impactful in a way, changing. I love, another thing about me, I love training and I love inspiring people. And if I was not doing what I'm doing right now, I I will- I want to make a difference in people's life. Pretty much, that's what it is. Yeah. So
become a podcaster
I don't know. It's because this is
or a
the thing.
YouTuber.
I am very self-conscious about my English because English is a very new thing to me, even though I've been speaking it for 20 years. I make a lot of grammatical errors when I speak, so I listen to myself cringe, and I'm like, okay, I'm not doing it anymore. So,
What's your native language?
I speak Mandarin. I speak Mandarin,
Are you still
Chinese.
thinking in Mandarin?
No, I think in English, but just
Oh, really?
grammatically, it's wrong. I don't put the right s's in places, and I do the plural thing wrong, and I weird sentence structures. I
You
don't know
would
what.
have had a blast if you would have co-worked with Nate for longer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he would love to correct all that stuff. I know because
Oh,
I
did
yeah.
worked
you
with him for
did,
4
did you
years.
correct did you correct me at all?
I don't think so, but for Dorin, when we worked together for almost 5 years, there was still some like lingering stuff he carried from Romanian that he just like transferred over to English. So
Oh,
like for example, we'd
interesting.
be leaving the studio and he's like, I'm just gonna close the lights.
I still
And
do
I
that to
Hey,
think
this day,
he's like
I
and
do
closing the barn door lights.
I
I'm like,
do I say that too, or you close the TV. That's another thing that I say as
because
well.
in Romanian that's how you would say it, and I'm thinking in Romanian and I'm directly translating word for word into English. And my
yeah.
wife, who has been in Canada for only 5 years compared to my 16, um, corrects me on that
Oh
nonstop.
my. Oh my.
When she says that, I look at her and I think of Nate.
Uh,
You married Nate.
oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So that's why I was asking you, because I know for me at least it's my Romanian thinking that's still that's causing some of my ESL issues.
Right. I'm pretty sure I just ingrained all that stuff into English, and it
Hmm.
just ingrained into me. So there's no help. Like I'm stuck. I'm sorry.
Well,
Let's
thankfully we
let's
have Nate.
let's be real. You guys have both have better English than a lot of people in Canada.
Sure, yeah.
A
Compared
lot.
to
Even native speakers.
Yeah, we had a coworker that was proved that point.
Or just go to a drive-through and try and understand some people. It's hard.
I'm gonna go make a shirt that says grammar police, and I'm gonna give it to you on your birthday.
Oh, thanks.
And you
And
have to wear what?
can you spell grammar wrong?
You know what? I probably will spell it wrong with an ER or something.
Then I control other people. They'll all point it out on my shirt and be like, I'm not the spelling police, I'm only the grammar police. Too good.
Oh, what was that? What was that meme? Oh yeah, synonym roles, just like grammar used to make. That's the shirt that Nate needs.
That's good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Close the TV, close the light, shut the light off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn
Or
off the lights.
Turn
or
off.
at
Okay.
one point I would say instead of mowing the lawn, I would say lawn the mow.
Okay. Okay. I think the weirdest one for direct translation from Mandarin is perming your hair. So, like, how it's like you perm it. If you do direct translation, it means electrifying your hair. Yeah. Which makes sense. I didn't think of that. Growing up, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it is. Like, it's called 电头发. And it's like, yeah, that means electrifying your hair.
Has your are you so you're fluent in Mandarin, yeah?
I am fluent. Yeah.
So has that helped you obtain certain gigs because of that?
That's very interesting. So even throughout my sales kind of journey, I can converse okay, like me and you, but when you're doing sales, then there's terminologies like like for example houses or even like aperture. I don't know those terminologies in Chinese. So when I'm conducting you know, a person who's fluent, I have issues with that, and they don't see me. They don't like they don't connect with me because of that.
Oh, dude, I wish I would have met you 3 months ago. I would have had a perfect gig to send your way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they wanted the main video to be the English one, and they wanted to see if they could squeeze a Mandarin one, like
Uh-huh.
Mandarin like speaker, with English subtitles for this
Oh.
luxury residential unit that had like the whole home was like smart tech, you know,
Ooh,
like you
fancy.
walk in and you say turn on lights and it just does it, you know, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And I actually turned that one down, not because of the language thing. I was just jam packed with too much work.
Well, that's a good place to be.
Yeah, and it would have been a quick half day shoot with like next day edit for 2 grand, and I had to say no because I just didn't
Wow.
have the
Oh,
time. I wish I could have passed it on
Mm.
to someone.
no. I guess that's
Shoot.
networking for us.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean,
You know,
I toss stuff
one
to
of
Nate
those.
sometimes. Yeah. Well, now he's got a
Um,
full time job, but
I have a gripe with this something with the video industry. So when I was a realtor, sorry, I keep going back to it. It's kind of industry standard to give a referral fee. Like
Mm.
if you make a
Okay.
sale, you give about 20 to 30% of your commission to the realtor who referred you business.
Mm.
So I think it would
oh,
be awesome. I think it would be really awesome if we have that kind of like cohesive thing in our industry where like, hey, I'm so like overbooked. Here, you can have this, and just automatically 30% back to that person. I know like the value is so different because like a house is like 20 grand, and then if you give 30%, it's like 6,000, right? But versus like they still kept 14. If they didn't have that business, it'd be zero. So,
true.
but maybe like even just like a kicker, like $100 there. And I feel like it's,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like everyone would be a little bit more happier to referral business. I think I don't know.
Mm.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to like pay people when they actually refer people to me. Like I like. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
just saying.
So
Yeah.
So
sounds like a
if you
system
want
that could
to,
work. Yeah.
if you want a gift card, if you want a McDonald's gift card or a Tim Hortons gift card.
Oh,
Mm.
they would use that McDonald's gift
Oh
card in no
no,
time flat.
Yeah.
Dorin, you don't want to know what Pay's annual McDonald's
no,
budget was.
6,000.
no, that was oh man. No, let's not go there. That's not gonna go there.
Okay.
It's so
Well,
embarrassing.
let's just say the back of his phone was covered in those little stickers that you get each time you get a McDonald's coffee. You
Yeah.
know, you peel them off and you get 7 of them and you get a free coffee. The
I'm
back of
clean.
Pay's phone was like covered in these stickers. He had so many he couldn't even put them on the little cards.
Sounds like it could be on a TLC show.
Yeah. My Strange Addiction.
No, the
Hoarding.
cheapskates.
Oh,
Yeah.
extreme
Yeah,
cheapskates.
they're just at Superstore with like 100 coupons, and it takes 6 hours, and then they still have to pay
Oh,
40 cents, and they're like, this is I can't live with this. Like, I
Uh,
need zero.
and then they will stock up everything in their on their
their
shelves
their
and then
pantry. Yeah.
yeah
Ridiculous.
pantry,
Yeah.
and it'll be like an actual room that's their pantry.
Yeah. And it looks like another store.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, what I've done with other videographers is we just give each other work. Like, we don't even bother
Mm.
with the referral thing, and I'd be okay doing that with you. I think the only time I would ask for something is if I'm giving you something that you don't have the equipment for and you need to borrow it from me. So I think at one point I tried to give Nate like a funeral that would have been like a 3 hour, 4 hour thing. So he needed
Mm.
something that would continuously record. So I was gonna give him my 4K camcorder, and
Right.
just ask for like $100 for that or something. I can't remember what it was. Or yeah, because it's like, okay, I'm sending you a client and I'm giving you the gear to do it.
Right. No, that
Mhm.
totally makes sense
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to learn some phrases in Romanian to try and like give the same vibe as
Yeah.
Dorin. I had to wear his clothes. It was really weird. So I said, no, I can't do that. I can't represent
We're
your
helping that
business.
like beard in time.
Yeah.
Have you ever filmed a funeral, Pay?
I shot a funeral,
Yeah.
not a photo. Sorry, I shot like photos for a funeral once. It was so sad. It was
No,
I think it
you
was a
don't
3 or 4 year old. No, but he was a 3 or 4 year old that drowned in a
Oh.
hot tub.
Well,
Oh.
yeah.
So it was
I
like, yeah,
how would you even take photos while sobbing that hard? I don't know.
yeah. I was crying. I didn't really know the kid, but I was like
Yeah.
just sobbing. Yeah,
Yikes.
Yeah, I
yeah.
went to a funeral of a like a newborn. Like 4 hours later, they
Oh,
just randomly died, and it yeah, I couldn't stop crying. I didn't know
dang.
I had that side in me, and this was before I was a dad, before I was even married.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Um. So that was so yeah. Funerals are brutal enough. Kids is like ultimate level. Okay, no, I was just curious because I was gonna say if you haven't had that, yeah,
Don't do it.
it's a huge emotional check for your
Yeah.
professionalism.
Mm.
Right. Oh yeah.
Because then you
So
also
like if you
charge
don't
money.
cry,
You also charge money for it, and you feel like the
right.
biggest scumbag. Because it's like these people are at the lowest point in their lives, and then the funeral home's charging like 10 grand for the casket, and you're like,
Right.
okay, well, maybe I don't feel so bad anymore.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy.
Uh,
I remember when my mom passed away, I didn't realize funerals were so expensive. Like the plot, you have those are actually investments. If you were to like buy it 10 years ago, it would have like 10 times the amount. I don't know what it is, but like land versus being in a year, it's a stupid industry.
Mm.
mm,
Well,
Yeah.
isn't that what do they say? Like people don't pay as much attention to money when someone's being born, someone's getting married, or someone's died. Those are the three times in your life where people will pay a lot more than they typically would.
Right.
once in a lifetime.
Right.
Eh, maybe not marriage, but if you get remarried, you probably wouldn't spend the same amount. That would be so
Depends who you're
awkward.
marrying.
Well, like imagine like Pei gets hired to do video for a wedding. 5 years later, she's divorced, but she's like, I like the videographer. I'm gonna get him for my new husband.
Oh, I
Hey,
never
you're
thought of
here
that. I
again.
never thought of that.
Can you get more shots of me in case I divorce this one too?
Yeah.
Just me. Just me.
Yeah, just photos of just me and my side of the family. Can crop them out easy. Yeah.
And just a highlight reel I can put on Tinder, later on if I need to use it.
Yeah. She like quickly swaps out of her wedding dress, puts on a few other ones for you to take some more photos.
So good.
Have you ever had any weird projects? Like something that you're like, why are people doing this with their life? Like here, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I had somebody call me up for a quick audio edit, and they recorded audio on their phone, and they wanted it increased, like audio levels, because they thought they had captured a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot or whatever. And yeah, they were out camping, and you could tell, like, you could hear crickets and whatever. And then when you bump up the audio, you hear something really weird,
Okay.
really feral, and really like it almost sounded like a howler monkey, but in Canada. But
Huh.
it was like a different. It wasn't like a. It didn't sound like. It sounded like it was like a wolf imitating a howler monkey. I don't know how to explain it.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it was,
Interesting.
Were they camping on Vancouver Island?
I don't know. I didn't want to ask details. I was just like, what the heck am I
Wow.
doing? What is this person doing? What are they going to
Like,
possibly do with this? What's this going to prove? And I'm just like, it was just a quick, like, 3 minute, like, increase audio levels, export, email, $50, please.
Okay.
So that was the easiest $50 I ever made with my business. But that was weird.
That is really weird.
I also had a very, very, well, for me, it was awkward because it was the first time I'm exposed to different culture in this intimate sense. I had a funeral that was Chinese, actually. Don't know which region, but I had thought of, and it was a good thing that I did this. I asked them, do they have any specific rituals or traditions or customs that I need to be aware of that maybe they don't want filmed or they do want filmed? And they told me that they do want filmed when everyone would go to the casket, actually pet the dead person, kiss them on the forehead, and whisper in their ear. And I had to be close enough with the camera with a shotgun mic to get the whispers. Like I had to be 3 feet away from the casket, getting a full-on zoomed-in shot on the action, which I thought would have been incredibly disrespectful, but it was part of their culture, and that's their way of saying their farewells or something.
Right. Wow. But like, I'm just thinking about the editing process where you have to like see the footage of this deceased person.
Since it was a one camera, one take, non-stop linear thing, I just like, okay, this is the start, this is the end, add the guy's name and the slideshow and export, and I don't need to rewatch everything. Unless I know there's a mess up that I need to fix or like cut out in between time.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, but that was something that I'm like, I would not want to do any more Chinese funerals. Thank you.
Yeah,
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I always want to know what you're getting into for sure.
So, any weird ones for us? Or scary ones? Have you ever come close to like wrecking your equipment or losing something or like sending something on fire or something? I don't know.
I lost a Sony 200 2.8 IS version 2 at a wedding.
No. Say that again. You cut out.
So Canon EF 70-200 2.8 IS version 2. So that is like at that time $2,300. So I just purchased it like 2 months, and I was shooting a wedding, and you know how like you leave your stuff in, you know, like tucked away somewhere.
Yeah.
We left it under the table.
No.
And it was a big wedding. So when I came back, I'm like, oh, my zipper is unzipped. Well, okay, I didn't think much of it. And then
I thought your pants zipper for a second. I'm like,
sorry,
adding Sony to 200 just down your leg.
You know,
it zooms. It doesn't zoom out though. Okay, anyways, not that kind of podcast. Internal zoom. Okay. Oh, such a nerdy joke. So bad. So yeah, I didn't think of it at the time, and then at the end of the night, I'm like, wait, something's missing. Why is it so light? It's unzipped earlier. Oh crap! And I just kind of start looking everywhere. I'm like, okay, someone just probably went through my bag and grabbed it. And
so you were still there and looked for it and didn't find it.
Yeah, it was like at the end of the night though. It was like the reception, like everyone's dancing. I'm trying to grab it. I'm like, and it's like pitch black as well, so it was not a fun day. So, but yeah, that's probably the worst thing that's ever happened.
Oh man.
The other worst thing is probably losing 3 backup audio on a wedding. Yeah, so
you had 3 separate audio backups.
So pretty much 4. Like, so you have your camera on camera mic. That's the only thing that worked. So the test cam and both test cam, like for some reason didn't work. Like, I don't know why. Like, test cams are supposed to be like, you know, tanks. And the DJ one, that one was he didn't. I don't know what it was. I don't think he sent signal to it. I was listening to it and in the beginning and pressed record. Everything sounded good, and later on, that one was like, yep. So those 3 were all gone, and so I had to use my on-camera video, what do you call it? On-camera audio, and that one really sucked.
Shoot, dude, I think I would have not been able to sleep that night.
No, the audio gods did not love me that day.
All three.
Yeah.
For the lens one, did you have insurance? Were you able to recover anything with the
No,
lens?
I was just starting, so I didn't think insurance was required. Or that just
Actually,
like,
even the insurance I have now, they don't cover stolen stuff. I need
oh,
to.
which one do you use?
I don't know. I got it 3 years ago. I can't
Oh,
remember.
because apparently, you know the one that's in Vancouver. I think they're called First Row Insurance. Is that what they're called? Anyways, but they do cover theft.
How
That's
much do
the.
you pay? Over 1,000 a
Uh,
year?
I have no idea. I don't think there's a deductible either. There's just like a
No,
range.
to have this insurance, you have to pay it yearly. What
Yeah.
is
Oh
your
no.
insurance rate?
Oh, sorry. No, I don't have insurance. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I should get insurance. Yes.
You,
But no. But
especially
that
after
no.
losing a lens and
I
having
know, right?
audio
I
fail on
know,
you,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. That's I should really do that. Yeah. See, another procrastinating thing that I do.
Also, if you like real estate clients might not care so much, but corporate
Mm-hmm.
clients, which is what I
Corporate rec
mostly
client.
deal with, some
Mm-hmm.
of them will ask you, "Do you have liability insurance?" And if you answer no,
Right.
then
Mm-hmm.
that's it. They're gonna hang up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very, very true. I did lose a corporate gig because of that.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Yeah. The other thing that what was I thinking? Oh man, my mind's going everywhere. It's like 11:30. Oh, sorry to keep you guys so late. It's like 2 hours already.
Another day on the podcast.
Holy moly. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
All right. I'm liking
Anyways,
this.
yeah. Yeah. But I lost my train of thought.
Choo choo.
Okay, well maybe that's the sign that we need to wrap up then. I'm liking this. I'm not liking it anymore. Oh, okay. I'll end with one quick one then. I had a client inquire why my business email was literally dorin.business@gmail.com, and they were like, what do you have at Gmail? Why don't you have at
What?
dorin.ca? I'm like,
Wow.
oh, it says .business. Like, no, you don't have a company domain? And I was like, well, I kind of like this. Like, I like Google's Gmail a lot, so I wouldn't want to switch. No, Google allows you to create a company thing. And I was like, oh, shoot, I'm making an ass of myself in front of this guy. What's this guy talking about? How do I not know this stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I'll look into that. It was just like one thought in the middle of like this 1 hour conversation planning stuff. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to every videographer I know and see what email they use. And then I look at every single videographer and they have at their company, you know. So like Nate would be like whatever video or info or Nate at natedixonmedia.com, for example, or you know, Peichu at yvrcapture.ca or something like that, you know.
Right.
And I was like, oh great, every single other videographer is using this and I'm not. So like I quickly like I saw it was only like $8 a month to do it, and I'm like, oh, for another $8 a month, yeah, why not? And I think it increased my Google Drive storage too when you do that.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
I saw the $8. I'm like, nope. We're sticking to Google.
yeah. But I ended up doing it, and yeah, that client did follow up back to me, and I'm like, use this email, please. And
wow.
like video at dorin.ca. But it is a bit of a process because it is Google to like Gmail to Gmail. It's they have built-in migration tools, they call them. But it takes like a week because I had like 10,000 emails, so it took a week to migrate all of them. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, that was weird that a client really hung on to that and made it awkward for me.
Yeah. I find some people just like when they know something and then you don't know, they just want to like feel smart about it. So they just rub it in. It's like, hey, Did you do that?
You're not as official as you think you are, Buster.
Yeah, man.
At my business. At gmail.com. Scrub.
I want 10% discount.
Yeah. Anyway, this was a lot of fun, Pei. Thank you very much for making it out tonight, and we'll definitely do a follow-up next year to see how you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's such a pleasure, like meeting you, man. Like first time meeting you, and it's great having these conversations. Like,
yeah, hope you had a
good
time.
I don't get a chance to do it. Yeah, no, thanks, guys.
And people see the website on screen, but can you let us know how else people can find you? You said you had an Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. So yvr.capture.productions with the S in the end, and that would be the best way to reach my video side. But if they want to check out my portrait stuff, it's yvr_portrait, no S in the end.
Very specific.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, while we were talking, I added you on Facebook and on Instagram, so.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Keep in touch.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Grab a drink.
Yeah. Well, that's a wrap for today's podcast. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Please leave us a comment or a message if you can think up of any topics that you would like us to discuss. Me and Nate brainstormed a few, so we got a few going. Next one's probably going to be contract stuff, legal stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, be sure to subscribe to not miss that very important episode, I'm sure, of the Nate and Dorin podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever you use to listen to podcasts.
Wait, do you use contract?
I was hoping you didn't ask me. No, I do not use contract.
but do you at least have I know you said you don't follow up too much, but do you make sure that you have stuff written in email, or do you just verbal?
So I'll always, if they're messaging me on Instagram, whatever, I say, hey, do you mind just typing that to email? So because
beautiful.
Yeah, you need emails, contract bind. But I've started just using estimates, so sending out estimates. So it's like an invoice, but estimates, and they know exactly what I think that's binding as well. But that's been helping me stay on track with somewhat. Yeah, instead of just hey, I'll do it for this price, whatever. But no, you're right. I should have a contract.
Definitely
agreement.
Tune into next episode. It's going to be intimidating for sure.
Are you gonna offer free templates for people if they subscribe and
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. Well, what were you saying about subscribe, Nate? Add this to the thing, to the spiel.
Be sure to subscribe to get free contract templates from Dorin.ca. There we go. But yeah, this has been Nate and Dorin with our awesome guest Pei. Thank you for watching and listening.
Thanks, guys.